evening, everyone, and welcome inside Stans Gozen Stadium at Alumni Field, where we are set for a battle of the unbeatens here in the Chagrin Valley Conference Metro Division as Wickliffe travels to Independence to take on the Independence Blue Devils. And we welcome you here to the CVC TV Game of the Week, presented to you by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Of course, reach out to them for more information at www.ohsurgery.com as we get set for kickoff, getting this one off to an early start here. They're looking for one more representative to be on the chain gang. Kevin Arnold here alongside me, as always, my broadcast brother, Nick Paulus. And, of course, our production crew behind the scenes here today for CVC TV. As we said, both teams come in at 4-0, unbeaten on the season. And two teams that are known for their offense here, Paulus, but also two teams that, under the radar, are very sound in all three phases of the game. Paulus, what are you looking for in this game? First of all, how excited are you for this game, this big matchup we have, and what are you looking for most?
Yeah, unbelievable matchup that we have tonight. You know, 4-0 versus 4-0, so you can't beat that. This is probably going to be the game of the night. I really do think so, especially in Northeast Ohio. I mean, you know, there's big games everywhere, but this is, I mean, a battle of the best of the best. What I'm really looking forward to tonight is Wickliffe's rushing attack against Independence defense. I mean, Wickliffe's running backs, you know, that they have back there. Chase Fortcamp, Mason Balla. I know that he's, you know, the quarterback, but I mean, he's running like a running back out there. Over 1,100 yards between the two of them. I can't wait to see exactly what Independence has in store for them.
Yeah, Wickliffe coming in with 1,483 yards on the ground. And so that rush defense for Independence is going to be put to the test. But last week, their defense was up to the task against Trinity. It was a close game. It was 16-6, but that defense was making plays all over the place and getting tackles for losses, interceptions. Key on the other side is going to be Independence is able to really throw that ball around the field, and it's going to be up to this Wickliffe defense to keep putting the ball in the hands of their offense. Last week, Wickliffe's offense against Orange, they won 48-12. They entered the end zone 7 of the 8 total drives that they had throughout the game, and they only averaged 4 plays per game. So the defense wants to get that ball back to that offense quick, try to establish that quick pace. Independence wants to get you, kind of lull you to sleep a little bit in that first quarter, and they can hit you. And we saw them on CVC TV against Cardinal earlier this year in week 2. And once that second quarter hit, it was just off to the races for those wide receivers. Paulus, if you were to give a key to the game for both teams, one key for Independence, one key to Wickliffe for either team trying to stay undefeated by the end of tonight.
For Wickliffe, I think it's going to be all about the offensive line. How are they going to be able to try and dominate against Independence? And for Independence, I really think it's going to be actually their passing attack that is going to be the go-to method in order to beat this Wickliffe team.
While Wickliffe's only giving up 8 points a game, they've given up 400, almost 500 yards through the air through the first 4 games. So we are just about ready to go here in Independence, Ohio, as Casey McGee, a member of their soccer team here at Independence, and their place kicker is set to kick off. Back deep, you got Isaiah Bolin, Mason Balla, and Chase Fortcamp, the 3 main offensive threats there for the Blue Devils, and this will be kicked away from them to an up man right around the 35-yard line, gain a couple yards, and that is where Wickliffe will take over. They will take over at their own 38-yard line, and this wing tee, this classic old-school wing tee offense, they're going to run it, and they're going to run it.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can't wait for that. I mean, the running of this team is going to be ridiculous tonight, so we will have to see exactly what Independence can do to get against them.
And they come out in the shotgun formation as the quarterback, Mason Balla, will hand off to Chase Fortcamp, who tries to cut it back up inside and goes nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage there, and already Independence trying to establish that dominance up front with getting their defensive line through.
David Dorco with a great tackle in the backfield. A tackle for a loss there for him. So now it is second and roughly around 10 as well.
So second down, as Paula said, second down and 10. Wickliffe with the ball, Balla in the backfield, Fortcamp on his hip. This time, Bell will run to the middle. He's got some room, and he's in the clear. He's across midfield, down the sideline. 30, 20, trying to beat a man. Cuts up inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. They'll mark him just shy of the 5, down at the 7-yard line. And just like that, they hit you with Fort Camp on one, you get one stop, and they hit you with another. They have so many different options coming out of that wing tee that can run it up inside and outside.
Yeah, I mean, just an explosive blast right through the left side of the hole there for them. They are lining up to go for it again, and we'll see if this defense can hold them.
So 1st and goal at the 7. Bala has him set already. He will hand off to Fort Camp, cuts up inside, gets inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. Gain of 5 on that first down play, so we'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. Looks like they will spot his knee back at the 3. As we are here in the midst of the Independence crowd out here in the stands, and crowd is lively already tonight. They know how big of a matchup this is.
Oh, absolutely.
So Bala back in that shotgun formation. This time he'll call his own number, and a great tackle there by Independence to stop him shy of the goal line. May be lucky to gain 1. Looking across the field, looking like that down marker will not move. Ball placed at that 2-yard line, so 3rd down and goal from the 2. Wickliffe trying to go quick, trying to go up tempo. Bala will get the snap. It goes directly to Chase Fort Camp, and he powers his way across the goal line, and the Blue Devils of the Wickliffe variety will get on the board first here tonight as Chase Fort Camp gets his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. This one of a 2-yard variety, and they take the early 6-0 lead with 9:55 to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Fort Camp and Bala just going back and forth on that drive. I mean, unbelievable, right down the field. Only took about 2 minutes off the game clock.
So Isaiah Bolin, the left footer, place kicker, and running back will attempt the extra point, and it just squirts through. A bit of a knuckleball, but all it has to do is get between those uprights, so they take control 7-0 in this ball game. And you saw some good plays from that Independence defensive line, what they focused on in practice this week, and yet it's just that 2-headed monster, that rushing attack. Chase Fort Camp, who is leading the News Herald area in the Lake Geauga partial portions of Cuyahoga County area in rushing. He came in with 622 yards on the ground, and Bala as well coming in with 6 touchdowns and 506 yards, 5th in that area. It was just Fort Camp, Bala, Fort Camp, that whole drive.
Between the two of them, they're averaging over 300 yards, about 325 yards rushing the ball alone. I mean, they are definitely a 1-2 combination that you would love to have on your team. If you're Independence, take it in stride. You got plenty of time, only 2 minutes off the game clock. Work your offense, take your time with your offense, and you can definitely get the score and just take your time.
And as we get set here for Wickliffe to kick this one away. Of course, their kicker again, Isaiah Bolin, the left footer, will kick away. Kyle Zygmunt back deep for the Blue Devils to get their first drive underway. Bolin into the kick end over end, and it will go into the hands of Zygmunt, who will catch it at about his 7-yard line. Running it back with a lot of room, trying to bounce it outside to the left, and he is in the clear across midfield, down the sideline, trying to beat 2 men. And Bolin and Bala will knock him out of bounds. But a great run back from Zygmunt. Looking back to see if looks like there was a flag thrown on the field. So we'll see. Looks like a sideline infraction by Independence. But a great run back by Zygmunt to get them set up with great field position on their opening drive.
Absolutely, yeah. Kickoff return for about 65 to 70 yards on the play. So now they have a great chance to score real quick and tie this game up.
So Zygmunt sets up Independence at the Wickliffe 27-yard line. 1st down and 10, 9:45 to go. Wickliffe with the early 7-0 lead. And as in the backfield there, Michael Tomer, the quarterback, will fire it out to the left-hand side and goes incomplete, just out of the reach of Eric Mitcherson out there on the left-hand side. So we'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it looks like Tomer right now is just looking off to the sidelines, for the coaching to get the play in. Looks like they are setting up, and it looks like they're just going right back to the spread offense that they have with the one running back in the back.
Yeah, it looks like
I believe that's Corrigan in the back.
It looks like actually one of their offensive linemen, number 70, David Dorco, was in the backfield. This time he'll complete to Mitcherson, and the running back linebacker for Wickliffe, Chase Fortcamp, with a good open field tackle to stop him short. Gain of 2, and to bring up that 3rd down and 8 from the Wickliffe 26-yard line. About that 25.5-yard line, 9:15 and a ticking clock here.
If you're Independence, what's your go-to game plan right now?
We saw them in their game against Cardinal, and we saw 3 different guys take snaps at quarterback, as this time they'll hand off to the offensive lineman, David Dorco, who's trying to stiff arm, and the ball is loose. Ball is on the ground, and Fortcamp collects it for the Blue Devils, and that is their 10th takeaway as a defense, 4th fumble on the year. So Independence didn't see that the first time in week 2 with Dorco in the backfield along with Tomer. As we said, 3 different guys took snaps, actually 4. 3 of their main guys, Corrigan, Zygmunt, and Tomer, took snaps. That time, seeing Dorco in the backfield get a snap as a senior as an offensive lineman, you love to see it.
Right.
But
yeah, absolutely.
Put the ball on the ground, and Wickliffe will take over at their own 32.
Yeah, right now, I mean, if you are Wickliffe right now, all you want to do is you just want to keep running this ball and see what you can get out of these next couple of plays.
So Balla will check at the line in that traditional wing tee. This time he'll hand off to Bolin coming from the left wing and not going much of anywhere. Maybe gain a yard, bring up a 2nd down and 9. And that's kind of the options that they have. They have Balla, who can run it up the middle. Fortcamp, they can hand it off to him in the backfield, but they also have their 2 wing players, Donnell Jackson and Isaiah Bolin, who they can get that change of pace on the outside.
Yeah, it looks like Isaiah Bolin, was just like a little bowling ball trying to run straight up through the middle there.
So 2nd down and 9 for Wickliffe. Leading 7-0 early in this ball game, and have collecting the first turnover of the game as well. This time Balla looking to roll out and pass. He will tuck it down, has some room, makes a couple guys miss, trying to reach for that 1st down marker, and looks like he will just get there, gain a 9, and bring up another 1st down to move those chains.
Yeah, great little cut and move sort of pace there for Balla. Just able to get that 1st down. It was very close.
And it'd be interesting to see if Wickliffe tries to kind of throw off the Independence a little bit, because Balla's only attempted 8 passes on the season. He's completed 4 of them. So they're going to run this ball the whole time. This time Fortcamp will get this carry. He's trying to bounce it outside, dragging guys with him across the 30, inside the 20, still stiff-arming his way. And a powerful run down the left sideline for Chase Fortcamp, and Wickliffe set up in the red zone after just 3 plays on this drive.
Yeah, and Chase Fortcamp had a great run right off to the left. It was a little pull play from the offensive line. Great running all the way down the field, and now they are on the 14 going in.
And you look at the yardage that Balla and Fortcamp have collected this season. It's a credit to that offensive line and their consistency throughout the season. This time Balla calls his own number and getting dragged down from behind. Great tackle there. Adam Miklovic coming up from his linebacker position to make that tackle. So good job there by Independence getting through their gaps and stopping him short. A gain of 1, 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, absolutely. A great play by the entire defense there for Independence, holding him only to that 1 yard carry there for him, and we'll see if they can try and hold him again.
So this time, Balla will be in the backfield by himself. Still those 2 wings. He's got 2 wide receivers out to his right-hand side. Donnell Jackson coming across. He'll fake that handoff, and Balla will just waltz in to the end zone. A 13-yard run right to left into the end zone, and the 2nd touchdown of the game for this Wickliffe Blue Devil offense has them up 13-0, and they're continuing off of last week. 5 or 6 plays a drive, and they're into the end zone.
Yeah, it's unbelievable run by the quarterback there for him, just running straight up the gut and then cutting it off right to the left and just waltzing right in.
So Bella making a couple guys miss on that one, able to get into the end zone, and Bolin on to attempt the extra point here. Kind of a sidewinder on this one, but it does skirt inside the right upright, and Wickliffe leading, 6:59 to go in the first quarter, 14-0. And if you're Independence right now and their coach and bringing the whole team over, basically, and we saw this, we actually saw this at the Perry game last week where head coach brought basically the whole team over to talk to him. What is he saying in that huddle over here on your side?
Just take your time. Breathe. Just don't let anything get out in front of you. Just do your very best, and your very best should. I mean, you're 4-0 for a reason. You've been doing a lot of great things out there. All you got to do is just take your time, breathe, and then get your offense set, and then just run and continue to do great plays via the pass game as well.
And this Independence team knows what they're capable of, and only being about not even halfway through this opening quarter. I mean, you look at Wickliffe, yeah, they've outscored their opponents 182-32. Now, of course, jumping that up to 196-32 so far through the first 5 minutes or so of this game. But Independence, they've outscored their opponents 105-25. So they know that they have the ability to take control, and I'm sure that their coach was talking, as you just said, Paulus, taking that deep breath, settle in, and this game could get up and down this entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. And we knew that both these teams can score with the best of them. So that's all Independence has to do is just take their time and just get into their offensive sets, and they'll be okay.
So Bolin teeing it up once again. This side-winding kick that'll go out of bounds, as tried to kick it short of Zygmunt back there after that great opening kickoff return that he had. But that ball will go out of bounds, so that will set up Independence with some good field position again, this time inside their own territory, but a lot of breathing room from that goal line, and they'll be set up at their – looks like they are marking this, and the chain gang is moving, as they did get one extra parent assistant to help them before the game started, as they were ready to go about 5 minutes early.
Yes, they were.
And then we hear the announcement.
They were ready. They were amped up. They were good to go.
They were ready. They just didn't have one person on the chain. They got him now. The ball will be spotted at the Independence 35-yard line, where Tomer will lead the offense out. And interesting to see, kind of a different formation than what we saw in week 2. Dorco is in that running back position behind Tomer in this pistol formation. So Dorco will get the run here, and good job clogging up the lane there. Looked like Tyler Fisher. Jack Bunn, Zach Estevez in on that tackle for the Blue Devils. So gain of 1, second down and 9 at their own 36.
Yeah, and if you are Independence right now, once again, just take your time with everything. David Dorco's your go-to guy right now. He's in the backfield. We have a fullback in for him right now, so just get it going.
And he did have 6 rushing attempts for 30 yards coming into the season. This time Tomer will drop back looking for Zygmunt. And that ball was on him before he even turned his head, as he was coming out of that deep crossing route cut. Hits the turf and goes incomplete. So we are at a 3rd down and 9, and a crucial down here already for Independence, trying to get some momentum, get some control of this game. 6:22 still left in this first quarter, so you've seen a lot of action.
Yeah, still plenty of time out there, but Tomer had the right idea. There was a wide open guy in the slot right through the middle. Unfortunately, just couldn't connect.
So he'll take this snap, drop back, looking to his right. He'll get it out here in the right flat, and Wickliffe trying to shut that lane down up the sideline, but able to get that 9 yards necessary. That pass goes complete to Luke Pascarella, and those chains will move. Pascarella, a sophomore wide receiver, 5'10", 165, came in with 4 catches, 47 yards on the season.
Well, it was a great route by him just to get upfield and get to that first down. That was a great move by him.
And with that trip formation to the right, great blocking by his wide receivers out here in the right flat as well, too. Tomer will tuck this one down. Didn't see anything downfield. And an open field tackle coming up from his linebacker spot, Mikey Moon. And coming in to clean up that tackle looked like Jack Bunn coming in to clean up that tackle. So it looked like he had a little bit of room. Gains 4, only give him 3 on the play, actually. 2nd down and 7, but it could have had a lot more.
Yeah, Jack Bunn, senior linebacker, 6'5", 230, so a very big guy out there.
Couple big hits coming in there from Moon and Bunn on that one. This time, Tomer looking out to his left, throwing deep, and that one gets picked off by Isaiah Bolin, playing the safety position there, reading the eyes of Tomer, cuts in front of Zygmunt and picks it off. So the second turnover already for this Independence offense.
Yeah, if you're the Independence coaches right now, all you're thinking is you're just shooting yourself in the foot. You can fix all of these issues that you have right now. Just hold Wickliffe down, make sure that they don't score anything right here, and you're right back in this game.
Wickliffe comes out, set to go, first down and 10 at their own 33. Balla will get this snap, take the snap himself, run across the 35, 40. Flag comes out, looks like a hold. He gets across midfield and drags a couple defenders across the Independence 30, inside the 30. But this one will be coming back as there was a hold, looks like, here on this near left-hand side.
Yeah, I didn't see who it was, but I mean, it was a phenomenal run to get straight through there. But obviously the hold definitely did help, to gain those 30-plus yards.
So that hold looks like it took place. Looks like they have that marked at the 40-yard line. So Balla had already gained about 7 yards on that play, so didn't need to do it. He was already by the play at that point.
Right.
But now you back yourselves up, and this is a big and good moment for this Independence defense. They got him in a first down and 13 here. You want to kind of keep them in this long down and distance.
Absolutely. If you are the defensive line, you just want to try and beat your guys. You know that they're going to try and run it to the outside here for them, so do your very best to hold them down and then have the linebackers clean it up.
5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Visiting Wickliffe on top of Independence, 14-0, a 2-yard run by Chase Fortcamp, and a 13-yard run by quarterback Mason Balla have them on top by 2 scores. Balla will call his own number again, and just like that, gains 13, and they will get a first down. So we go from first down and 13 to a first down and 10 out at their own 44-yard line.
Great run by Balla. I mean, he was just able to cut straight to the right all the way through and then get that first down, inch through that first down.
And again, with this wing tee, that old-fashioned style wing tee offense, there's nothing too fancy about it. He's just following his blockers. It's very patient running, and once that hole's there, him and Fortcamp are just hitting it. Fortcamp will get this carry and bring him down by his shoestrings. Looks like Adam Miklovic. And it'll bring up a second down and 7 after a gain of 3.
Yeah, I'm very impressed by the way that Wickliffe's offensive line is pulling. I mean, they are doing a great job pulling off to the right or left. Either side doesn't matter. They're getting a lot of yards, running the ball right down Independence throat right now.
And you got some seniors on that offensive line for Wickliffe. Got their center who is kind of helping to make those calls there over the ball, Donovan Luzo. You also got Steven Kolchak on that offensive line. Zach Estevez, this time Balla take this snap. He's in the clear across the 40, 30, 20, coming down, trying to beat one man, and just gets tackled inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. Great tackle coming up from his safety spot. Looked like Eric Mitcherson and Luke Pascarella, who had that big play for the offense on the last play, able to get him down just shy of the end zone. And again, just a few plays later, they're barking at the door again.
Yeah, no, it was a great run, but I think that they did miss a block in the back call, near the 20-yard line. So I don't know, how much more yardage he would have gotten off of that, but still a great run there for Balla.
Clock running here, 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Wickliffe already up 14-0, looking for more. Balla will hand it off to Fortcamp, and he gets into the end zone again. His second touchdown of the game, and goes in for a 3-yard score this time, and just racking up those touchdowns, those rushing touchdowns this season, his 15th already. And with 3:02 to go, Wickliffe leads in this Battle of the Unbeatens 20-0, as we have a stoppage in play as they get the extra point try set.
Mason Balla is just running all over right now. I mean, it is extremely impossible, extremely hard to stop the way that the Wickliffe offense is going. Independence defense just needs to, just play man-to-man up on there and then just try and hit as many people as possible coming through.
Yeah, Balla just, it seems like Coach Mars Pacello and that Wickliffe coaching staff over there came in with a plan. While Fortcamp is their leading rusher and is being recruited by D1 schools like Kent State, for his running back and linebacker capabilities, as they'll try for the 2-point this time. Bala will be stopped just shy, so 2-point try unsuccessful. Score remains 20-0. 3:02 still left in the first quarter. But as I was saying, that coaching staff over there on the Wickliffe sideline knows that Fort Camp is going to be a focus. While Bala has almost as many yards, they're just kind of using that and using the Independence defense that's floating more towards Fort Camp than Bala at this time of the game.
Yeah, and right now Fort Camp, Bala is the hot hand. I mean, you're going to ride the hot hand. It's smart football. It absolutely is. And, I'm sure that they're going to want to try and get Fort Camp involved as well as Bolin and, maybe, even Lewis or Jackson, down the road as well. But, as of right now, you're just going to ride the hot hand and try and get out to a very comfortable lead and try and run that out.
And Wickliffe's special teams coming out as Bolin will set the tee and the ball at the 40-yard line. Independence getting their last instructions here on the near sideline. And while we do have a moment, of course, it is a perfect time to remind you that our title sponsor is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, also CVC Commissioner, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. Their specialties do include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, as well as trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website, www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. We thank the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all their support of the Chagrin Valley Conference, CVC TV, and all of these student athletes. So a little pooch kick here for Isaiah Bolin as we get things back underway. Wickliffe will take this one at his own 25, get across the 35 out to the 38-yard line, where Independence will try to get that offense jump-started here on this drive.
Yeah, and I know I've been preaching a lot of patience, and you still have plenty of time left in this game. You definitely do if you're Independence. But what they need to start doing is for Tomer, he just needs to start playing a little bit calmer back there. I mean, he had the wide open down the middle streaking there for him before. Let's see if they can try and get that same sort of look again.
So this time Tomer will hand off to Rory Corrigan, who was in the backfield this time. Gain of 2 out to the 40, second down and 8. 2:45 to go here in this first quarter.
And that was a great run by Rory. Just run right off the left guard and tackle there for him. Gain to get about 2, almost 3 yards there for him.
And Tyler Fisher for Wickliffe able to bring him down, one of their 2 big defensive ends that also play on that offensive line between him and Zach Estevez. And they are tackle machines on that Wickliffe defense. And this time the run will go back to Corrigan. Looks like he has dropped and lost a 1. So we'll bring him back to a 3rd down and 9 on that play.
Yeah, it looked like he almost slipped, out there. So, I don't really think that we, take too much away from that play right there.
Mentioning some of the defensive linemen there for Wickliffe, Zach Estevez comes in with 19 tackles for loss. But Tyler Fisher is abusing that left side of that Independence offensive line as Wickliffe will jump off sides. Great hard count there by Tomer, and they did a lot of that against Cardinal as well. And again, I talked about how we saw them with those 3 different quarterbacks, and it changed up looks. You had Corrigan back there, you had Zygmunt back there, and looks like they went with the offensive line there moving backwards. So a loss of 5, 3rd down and 14. But it's a very different offense than what we saw in week 2.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, as of right now, they are looking to go deep with it.
And there is Zach Estevez coming off his left defensive end position, getting the initial hit on Tomer, and coming in to clean that up for the Blue Devils. Looks like Thomas Wenz coming in from his linebacker position and able to get Tomer down for the sack. Loss on the play of 4, and it's a 4th down and 18. Independence looking like they're going to punt this one away with their punter, Matt Richards.
Yeah, and Thomas Wenz just came, right out of there. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon on that one. He was determined to get that, to get the quarterback down.
And Estevez, a good swim move to cut up inside that right tackle position as well to get that initial hit, and Thomas Wynn's cleaning up. So far, this Wickliffe defense rallying to the football, getting the turnovers, and a high snap on this punt. Richards going to try to get it away, gets it off high up into the air. Bolin will get away so it does not touch him. Independence will get a friendly roll across their own 40 out to the 41-yard line, where
very smart play by Isaiah Bolin, getting away from that ball, by the way.
I mean, he was running as if he found a hole running the ball to get away from that one. And good job there by Nick Melbar, one of their senior running backs on this Independent squad, to kind of let that one roll, get as many yards out of that as possible, and down it. And get this offense, this Wickliffe offense, reset, get their defense back out on the field. Looking to make a play. 32 seconds left in this first quarter. Wickliffe leading 20-0. Battle will hand off to Fort Camp, trying to run it up the middle and get stuffed at the line. Looking like coming up again, Miklovic, their big defensive presence there from the linebacker position, comes in with 52 tackles. Already has 3 on the night. And also helping out on that tackle was Ashton Lurs coming in to assist on that. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter, as in this battle of unbeaten Blue Devils, Wickliffe hits first, up 20-0. A 2-yard and 3-yard TD runs by Chase Fortcamp, and a 13-yard run by their quarterback, Mason Balla, has them leading in this game. As we hit the quarter break, we want to remind you that not only do we want to thank the Ohio Center for Oral and Facial Implant Surgery, we're also able to bring you CVC TV this year and live stream these games to bring you all the action, of course, in these unique and odd times we all find ourselves here in 2020. We want to also thank Vape Educate, which is an online course designed to be completed by middle and high school students. However, it most certainly can be beneficial to anyone interested in learning more about e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. Schools are using Vape Educate as an educational program for teachers, parents, and other community members. Visit vapeeducate.com to learn more. That's vapeeducate.com to learn more. And back here in Stan Skosen Stadium, down there on Alumni Field, 2 undefeated Blue Devil teams doing battle. And like we said, as we were hitting that quarter break, as they get ready to come out for this second quarter action, Wickliffe hitting first and taking control of that game. Yeah,
Mason Balla, I mean, he is doing everything he possibly can to jump into the end zone there for him. I believe he already has, 2 touchdowns from him by himself so far. I mean, just adding on to his already great yards per game total there for him. Coming into tonight's game, he was averaging 154 rushing yards alone there for him. He's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, and you look at on this Independent side, again, seeing a little bit of a different formation. They had their, who's usually at their center position, David Dorco, kind of in that running back position. He does have some rushes on the season. They've kind of been able to change the pace a little bit there. But you have your running back, Rory Corrigan, in the backfield, who has gained 130 yards on the ground. Zygmunt is your big speed guy on the outside, and Mitcherson as well. And Wickliffe will start this drive at their own, or at the Independence 41-yard line. A gain of 10 on that play. Brought down to the Independence 31, and just like that, those chains move once again.
Yeah, once again, Mason Balla just coming straight off the left side of the offensive line. Great run by him.
And again, that offensive line got all of the push, all of the momentum on this team. Almost bobbled snap there by Donnell Jackson. He's got some room. He's going to follow his blocker, Chase Fortcamp, out in front of him, doing the work. Jackson trying to get into the end zone. Just stopped shy at the 1-yard line, and Jackson just following his blockers in front and leading the way. Their main running back, Chase Fortcamp, doing the work for his teammates, getting them involved as well. Yeah, great blocking by Fortcamp, and Jackson was just taking his, good old time, just following all of his blockers. Smart way to play. So looking out there as Balla will get the final signals from his coach, Mars Porcello, on the other sideline. Gain of 30 there for Jackson on his first carry of the game. has the Blue Devils set up 1st and goal at the Independence 1-yard line.
That's terrible.
And looks like
Wickliffe.
Wickliffe will take a timeout here. They will take their first timeout of the half, giving them 2 remaining, 11:27 left, knocking on the doorstep once again, already leading 20-0.
Yeah, Independence, Independence is going to need to use this as a motivational timeout, here for them. I really think, once again, still half a game left, 3/4 of a game left, plenty of time to get back into this. You just have to be precise and accurate from here on out. You got to be perfect from here on out.
All right, so Independence coming out of their timeout, and we've talked about our sponsors here tonight on CVC TV, and if you guys, anybody listening out there, and we welcome all, and welcome everyone. Sometimes words are hard, but they're so fun. We welcome everyone tuning in tonight on CVC TV, and if you're interested in sponsoring this great venture here for the Chagrin Valley Conference, go get more details on how you can sponsor on the Chagrin Valley Conference website at chagrinvalleyconference.com. That's chagrinvalleyconference.com. Bella will lead the troops back out. He will be in that pistol formation, Fort Camp right behind him. 1 wide receiver out to his right, 1 out to his left. And he will just hand off to Fort Camp, who will just plow his way 1 yard this time. He gets the hat trick. 3 touchdowns on the game, this time of the 1-yard variety. He's got the 1, the 2, and the 3-yard variety touchdown tonight, giving the Blue Devils from Wickliffe a 26-0 lead. 11:24 left in the half.
This, and just to throw this out there, that the offensive line right now has been playing really well. They did give up a little bit of running room right there, unfortunately. But Mason Bell, what can he say? He is playing out of his mind right now.
So Fort Camp with his 3rd touchdown of the game. Bolin trying to convert on the extra point, and he does. He is 3 for 3 on the night. So that the score goes to 27-0. Wickliffe over Independence, and it's that quick hitting offense, and it's done by the run, which you don't see very often in today's game. That quick hitting offense by the rushing attack. Usually it's through the air, and that's what Independence has been able to do all year long. But Wickliffe is just controlling that line of scrimmage, and you have to give a lot of credit to those 5 guys up front along that offensive line.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. The Hog Mollies out there, they are playing out of their mind right now. But once again, this all comes down to the running, to the running backs that they have back there. And Mason Ballard, let's be honest. He is a running back out there. With all of his rushing attempts that he's had, not only tonight, but, in the previous 4 games as well. He is, I'm going to give him the running back title there for him as well. Once again, this is a great game, so far for Wickliffe. Independence, I keep preaching this. There's still 11 and a half minutes left in this, in this half, and then you have a full another half to play as well. You can definitely get out there, score some points, and get yourselves back into this game. But once again, you have to play perfect from here on out, especially on offense.
So back deep on this kickoff again. Zygmunt will be back deep. A couple men in front of him in Roy Corrigan and Luke Pascarella. As this one will go to Corrigan on the right-hand side of the field as he runs it up that right side, gets across his own 35 out to the 36-yard line, and that's where Independence will set up shop on this drive, and a crucial drive for them in this game to try to get some points on that board and get some momentum going offensively with their defense kind of on their heels right now.
I like what the coach is doing right now, bringing everyone on and, letting them know, like, hey, you might be down big right now, but one play, you can get yourself started back into this and then get some turnovers on defense whenever you guys get back out there, and this game can turn right around.
And their offensive line comes in senior laden as well, and they have 4 of their 5 offensive linemen are seniors. They only have one junior, and that is David Jederzak on their offensive line. This time, as we got some blocking going on behind the play, that handoff will go to Corrigan, gain of 2. out to the 38-yard line, brings up a 2nd down and 8. 11 minutes left on the clock here in the second quarter.
Good hard run by Corrigan. It definitely was, trying to go up to the left side there for him. Definitely a good hard run to prove his toughness.
As Zygmunt will come over to the sideline, he'll be replaced by Ashton Lurs in the ball game. Mitcherson will follow Lurs out to the right-hand side. They got 3 receivers out to that right-hand side. Corrigan will flank Tomer on his right hip. Tomer back to pass, looking right. Doesn't see anything. Rolls out to his left, across the 35, across the 40, and he will slide down there. And they will mark him at the 41-yard line. Gain of 3 will bring up a 3rd down and 5 on this drive.
Yeah, smart move, running off to the left side of the line there for him. He had a couple of yards, ahead of him, but definitely a smart move, getting down, because there were a couple of guys that were lining up to tee off.
This time, Corrigan will take a breather. Zygmunt will be back in there. 3 wide receivers out to the right, 2 near side here to the left. Tomer in the backfield by himself, a quick hitter trying to get that crossing pattern by Zygmunt. And again, Tomer throwing it into the dirt as Zygmunt turns his head to look for the pass.
Yeah, you got to wait to have that one set up just a little bit longer. I know, he had a couple of people rushing off the edge there for him, but he needs to learn how to step up in the pocket a little bit and then just, get that ball right out to the crosser right there.
And he has been taking a few shots back there already, kind of shaking out that arm, getting that adrenaline pumping back in that right arm there. So 4th down and 5, Tomer back to pass out here to the left, and incomplete as it skips off the turf into the arms of the intended target, Eric Mitcherson. And the Independence Blue Devils will turn it over on downs, back over to this Wickliffe Blue Devils offense that is clicking on all cylinders early in this football game.
Yeah, and it looked like, he had the curl route right there. It's unfortunate that, Tomer wasn't able to step up in the pocket a little bit more and put a little bit of extra zip on that and get that up a little bit higher for him.
So back out comes Wickliffe. Looking over to the sideline, they'll start traditional pistol. Fort Camp will flank Balla right behind him. Balla will take this snap, hand it off to Bolin coming across from his right wing position, and that much better defense there by Independence. Coming, looks like Sean Kuzmarski getting that tackle for a loss. Loss on the play of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 14, so a good opening possession or a good opening play for this Independence defense.
Kuzmarski, just teed off right there. That was a great tackle in the backfield.
9:15 to go in this opening half. Wickliffe leading 27-0 over Independence. This time the shotgun formation for Wickliffe. Balla looking to throw, and he has a man wide open in Bolin, and he will make a couple guys miss across the 30, inside the 30-yard line, down to the 27-yard line of Independence. So a team that runs the ball and will just run it, catches Independence off guard there, and a great throw up over the linebackers to Bolin by Balla.
Yeah, and Balla, for him, that's his 9th pass so far on the year. So he is now 5 of 9 for a little over 90 yards.
So Balla will set up shop here. Independence 27-yard line, 1st down and 10, as he is looking to pitch this one out. Now he'll just call his own number around the right-hand side, dragging a defender with him. Gets knocked out of bounds there by Adam Miklovic, who's been all over the field for this Independence defense early. And another 1st down for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and just a great run, great blocking all the way up through there, and he was able to gain his 10 yards.
And they're kind of taking their time here. They were quick hitting in the beginning of this ball game. Now with this control at 27-0, Wickliffe kind of taking their time in this play clock, getting the play that they want, getting guys set. And Balla will take this snap, looking out to his left to throw, looking for a guy to turn around, and Bolin again will come back to the football. A good curl route there by Bolin, getting across the 10-yard line, inside the 10, down at the 5-yard line. Looks like they gave him an extra yard there, so he will be inside. 1st and goal, set up at the 4-yard line for Wickliffe.
I know, the running attack for Wickliffe has been dominant all the way throughout this year. I'd like to see Bala get a couple more opportunities throwing the ball. I mean, he's shown at least these last 2 passes. I mean, got a little bit of an arm.
Bala will be alone in the backfield on this one. He will fake the handoff to Jackson and get stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Again, coming through there, Wickliffe and Corrigan for Independence, and a good stand there on first down. Loss on the play of 2, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the Independence 6.
And Independence just came straight to play on that play, so that was a great defensive hold up front.
Wickliffe taking their time. Independence defense calling out the signals, and Donnell Jackson will fake it around, and he has a guy open in the end zone, and touchdown Wickliffe. First touchdown pass of the season for Mason Bala, and he connects with Daniel Byrne, a senior wide receiver standing 6'4", 190 pounds. So a 6-yard touchdown connection between Bala and Byrne. The Bees to the Bees in the end zone, and now they're up 33-0 with 7:22 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, great curl route, just standing right in the middle of the end zone. He was able to get behind the defense a little bit, and he's wide open right there.
And Bolin connects on the extra point. He's 4 for 4 tonight. Score is 34-0 Wickliffe over Independence, and Wickliffe in control in this Metro Division battle here in the Chagrin Valley Conference. And of course, again, welcome everyone watching live, or if you are watching on replay throughout the week on CVC TV, we welcome everyone tuning in to this football game. And we want to thank, of course, our presenting sponsor, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.08surgery.com. That's www.08surgery.com. And we could not put this kind of content out there for everyone. Limited tickets available. We know in COVID-19, not everyone able to attend these games under the Friday night lights as they beam bright here at Alumni Field at Stansco's Stadium. And we are bringing that content out to all of the players' families, friends, loved ones, and community members watching in both Independence and Wickliffe, cheering on both of their football teams here tonight. So Bolin has it teed up as the Independence band will give him a little bit of drum roll there to get this one going. This one will go down to Corrigan again. Almost bounces out of bounds. Corrigan will pick it up and get stuffed out across the 25-yard line at the 26. A great job there by the Wickliffe Special Teams unit. And we talked at the beginning of the game, Paulus, these teams came in playing sound football in all 3 phases, and Wickliffe is showing that here in this first half.
Yeah, Wickliffe so far tonight has dominated, but once again, there's still plenty of time left out there. You just need one score. You need to get that confidence booster out there. That's all you need if you're Independence, and I think if you can just get Tomer out there and just get a couple of great completions out there, you might turn it around.
And Tomer will lead him out. Dorco will be behind him in this pistol formation. And Wickliffe's defensive coach is calling out the final signals. Quick pitch and catch there from Tomer to Wickliffe. Gets run out of bounds across the 30 out to the 33-yard line of Independence. And that'll be a gain on the play of 5. Quick hitting play, quick opening drive play, and a 2nd down and 5, 7:13 to go.
Those are the type of plays that you want to build on top of. I mean, you just got to keep it going, if you're the wide receiver quarterback connection.
So this time they will hand off to Dorco, and a fumble again. Scrum in the pile. Wickliffe signaling that they have it, and Wickliffe will take over again, the 2nd fumble on the game as Dorco got that handoff, plowing his way through that pile. Looked like he had the first down, and that ball came squirting out behind him. Wickliffe jumps on top, and they have their 3rd turnover of the game, 2nd fumble recovery of the game and they will set up shop at the Independence 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Still 7 minutes left in this opening half. As the jet sweep comes across there, that time Jacob Lewis getting his first carry of the game, and stopped in the backfield by Kuzmarski, dropped at the Independence 37-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 13 for Wickliffe.
Yeah, and right now, Independence just has to be, devastated by the turnovers right now. I mean, that's what's really shooting them in the foot right now.
So 3rd turnover of the game for Independence, but a good play there. And they've 1st down. That defensive line for Independence has controlled, and it's been that 2nd down play that has really gotten the spark lit for the Wickliffe offense each time as they go again. Forecamp with a stiff arm, slips down across the 15, or else he was trying to break it out to the left-hand side there. But a great run and a great stiff arm there to get a little bit more green turf in front of him. And they will mark it just inside the 15 at the 14-yard line, and it'll bring up a 1st down and 10 for Wickliffe. And I was just mentioning it, the 1st down play, Independence is making the play in the backfield. It's that 2nd down play that's really hurting them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Chase Forecamp on that one, I mean, he had the touchdown. He just tried to get a little too fancy with it. He was definitely upset.
And looked like there was some early movement there, but Jacob Lewis will get this one across the 5, brought down inside the 5-yard line at the 3-yard line. So Jacob Lewis, who came in to the ball game with 20 carries and 124 yards, averaging 6 yards a carry, and does have a touchdown in the season. Great run there, and they're set up at the 3, 1st down and goal, and it's just kind of been that same story the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if I was Independence right now, I'm looking for Bala. I mean, he's been the go-to guy down here on this goal line, so give it your best shot to try and take him down.
So this time Lewis will come across again and scampers right into the end zone untouched. The 3-yard touchdown run from Jacob Lewis, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season, and with 5:14 to go in the opening half, Wickliffe has already scored 40 points, as they have done in each of their first 5 ball games this season, and they are up 40-0 over Independence.
Yeah, they're just capitalizing on the plays that they're trying to overcome. I mean, as of right now, I mean, you're just looking at what the defense is putting out there, and they are just, I mean, they're coming off the end as quick as possible. They're just running straight up the middle, trying to beat it right through the gut of the defense.
As Bolin avoids the bug or the bee flying around his head there to concentrate, knock it through, and he is perfect on the night on extra points. And that leads the score 41-0, Wickliffe over Independence. And Wickliffe just is showing no signs of stopping either.
No, Wickliffe is, I mean, they're in 5th gear right now. I mean, they are going 100 miles an hour. They're doing everything possible. If you're Independence, the best thing to do right now is just take it one drive at a time. Make sure that you don't turn over the ball anymore. Try and get a couple of scores, and just do your very best out there. And
as the announcements happened at the beginning of this game, we heard that this is a senior-laden football team. Both look to have about the same numbers on both sidelines, but this is a senior-laden team, and as cliche as it is, you really have to take it one drive, one play at a time, try to just chip away, because there is plenty of time. Now, if we get to this point in the second half, the clock would run based on Ohio High School Athletic Association rules. But Independence, you can just see it in their eyes. They want to try to get on the board, and they want to try to build something and just take it that one play, one drive at a time.
Yeah, and once again, just take it one drive at a time. Just be perfect at what you're doing. You came into this game 4-0. And, I mean, you outscored your opponents 100-25, basically. So you know how to score. You just need to, breathe, just take it all in, and just capitalize on the plays that you can.
So Zygmunt will catch this kickoff at his 6-yard line, trying to get out here to the left, across the 30-yard line, across the 35, and he will be run out of bounds across the 35 at the 40-yard line. They give him out to the 40-yard line of Independence. So they are setting up shop with great field position just not able to capitalize.
Yeah, and Kyle Zigma had a great kickoff return right there, so that is something that you definitely want to capitalize on. You got 5 minutes left in this half. Hopefully you're able to connect on a couple of throws, get down to the other team's end zone, try and bash it in.
Tomer back in that pistol formation. High snap. Miscommunication between him and Corrigan, and he gets run backwards, gets stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. And again, there's Mikey Moon and Zach Epsevez right in on that play once again. Tyler Fisher doing a great job up front for Wickliffe again. And Independence, rough snap, miscommunication there on the play, and they're at a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Tomer couldn't do anything about that. By the time that he got a hold of the ball, the Wickliffe was already behind the line of scrimmage.
Tomer looking deep over the top. He's got a man open. He connects with Kyle Zigman trying to beat one man. A great shoestring tackle by Mason Balla. But that is the play that Independence has been looking for, that big play up over the top to their speedster Zigman, and they are set up inside the 15-yard line. Ball will be marked at the Wickliffe 12-yard line.
Tomer with a phenomenal pass out there. Great job getting it set up, and now you are ready to get the game going.
And Wickliffe will call a timeout. So a big chunk play there given up by that Wickliffe defense, and like you said, a picture-perfect pass up over the top into the breadbasket of Zigman. And if not for the speed of Balla, who's been running all over this field as quarterback and running back on offense, Zigma is in that end zone.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. It's just one of those things where you just got to capitalize on these plays. That was a phenomenal pass and catch, and run after the catch there for him. They just need to capitalize. You got 4 minutes, 4 minutes and 19 seconds, plenty of time to get in the end zone, and maybe even onside kick, try and get the ball back as quick as possible.
So Wickliffe taking their 2nd time out of the half. They will have 1 remaining. And as these teams just get it back out in the field, thank you again to our presenting sponsor, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. For more information about the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, reach out to their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com for all your oral and cosmetic surgery needs. Tomer will bring Independence out. 1st down and 10, looking to his left, throwing, and just out of the reach of his wide receiver, Eric Mitcherson, here on the left-hand side. And it'll go incomplete. 2nd down and 10, 4:15 to go, opening half.
And that was a bullet of a pass. I mean, Mitcherson, really couldn't, get a handle of it. It was a little bit out of bounds as well. So just try and rein that in a little bit better. And, once again, you only have, 12 yards to go to get this touchdown.
Tomer brings Independence out. He's got 2 wide receivers out to his right. One Mitcherson out here near side to his left. Tries to get a quick hitter to Miklovic, and another great open field tackle by this Wickliffe defense. That time coming up, Isaiah Bolin, who has an interception in this game as well. Great open field tackles. Miklovic had some running room across from left to right.
Yeah, and I mean, you need to go north and south. I mean, on this play, unfortunately, east and west isn't going to do it here for you right now. Whenever you're down 41-0, you got to just go for the gold right now.
So a gain of 1 on that play. 3rd down and 9 for Independence. They'll spread Wickliffe out on this, leaving Corrigan with Tomer in the backfield. Tomer will get the snap, looking to his right. And flags will come out as Miklovic was looking to get that pass and was only able to reach up with one arm. His left arm was being dragged down and kept to his side, not able to get both hands up to try to catch that pass.
I was going to say, I don't think that the officials could miss that one. It was pretty blatant right there.
So pass interference on Wickliffe, and that'll be half the distance to the goal, and it'll set up Independence inside the 10 for the first time tonight. And as the down markers show, 3rd down on the other side. They'll move that ball 5 yards, so it's still marked at a 3rd down and 4 on this play. Interesting that pass interference doesn't give him an automatic 1st down.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that. I thought it would have.
So 3:26 to go, third down. Third down.
I think the officials are looking at it right now.
Yep. As Independence's coach looks at the side judge over here, kind of reaching his arms out, thinking, we had a pass interference call. Why are we still at third down? And so it's marked at 3rd and 2. Independence will take their first timeout of the half. So interesting call there out there on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, once again, 3 minutes, 26 seconds. You're just concerned about the next play. Don't worry about what you're planning on doing in the second half or anything like that. Just worry about the next play. Get this first down and get the touchdown. If you can on the same play.
So again, we welcome everyone inside Stanscosen Stadium, where Wickliffe, coming out of this timeout, still leading 41-0. But Independence putting a drive together here to try to get those points up on the board. And again, welcome to everyone watching and listening out there. I know that Independence has their broadcast going tonight as well. I believe Wickliffe was supposed to have a broadcast as well, but just, COVID-19, there's only so much room. So everyone that tunes into Wickliffe's broadcast as well, hopefully you are tuning in tonight as well and enjoying the broadcast here. 2 great schools, 2 great programs. The numbers aren't there, but 2 great programs doing battle here tonight. And right now, Wickliffe is in charge, 41-0. Tomer will give this handoff to Corrigan, gets inside the 5-yard line, and be marked short. So it was a 4th down. It'll be 4th down and 3 coming up for Independence.
Right now, you're just looking at, whatever your best play is, you got to run it. You have to run it. You got to get this first down. You got to get this touchdown just to get on the board and, try and build some momentum going into the second half.
And they've been trying to connect Tomer to Zygmunt or even Mitcherson on those quick crossing routes. And with a 4th down and short, you look for them to try to run a couple of those crossing routes, whether it's Zygmunt or Mitcherson, may try to get across the field and then find the opposite end of the end zone.
Yeah, and with looks like they're taking a timeout, I believe.
So another timeout for Independence. They take their 2nd of the half. So Independence will talk about this 4th down and 3 play. And just looking at this game, this is kind of the play that they need to really jumpstart things, because while it is 41-0, we know how, again, we've mentioned it several times, we know how powerful this Independence offense is, and 1 touchdown can kind of open the floodgates and really get that offense kick-started.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it can swing momentum, going into the second half, and, maybe you'll be able to make a little bit of a comeback. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to score, 41, with a running clock, in the second half. But what you can do is you can build momentum and do your damn best to get out there and just get these scores out there.
As we come out of this timeout, Independence's marching band doing a great job of getting the crowd fired up, along with their cheerleading squad here on the home side of Stanscosen Stadium. Independence will come out for this 4th down play. Tomer will go into the shotgun. We'll have Corrigan flanked on his right hip. They'll send 3 wide receivers out to this near side, 1 by himself out on that far side. Tomer looking left all the way, trying to get it in, and the official side judge comes in and rules that incomplete, skipping off the turf, as that was intended for Mitcherson once again, and just not able to connect. And that ball skipping off the turf. Almost looked like he was able to corral it, but the referee seeing that skip off that blue turf in that end zone.
Yeah, and, he had the best look of it. So, it is definitely unfortunate that you have such a great play to get you down to the red zone, and unfortunately you're unable to capitalize on it.
So Wickliffe will take over on downs at their own 5-yard line, pinned back deep on this possession. And if you're Independence's defense, you're looking to get that stop and get good field position for yourself, or even try to get a turnover here to get some points before half. Handoff will go to Fort Camp. Guys bouncing off him. He goes up the middle for about 6, out across the 10, out to the 11-yard line, bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, and Fort Camp, I mean, he's just running hard. I mean, he's been doing it all game long. You know, the offensive line has done a great job, you know, opening up holes for him as well. But, you know, he's been battling in this Independence defense. You know, sure, they might have given up, you know, a lot of points, but they are playing their hardest out there right now, and they're doing a great job trying to corral them.
And that
fumble.
Ball on the ground, and as Bolin was coming across from his wing position, Fort Camp going up the middle, Bala not sure where to hand it off to, drop to the turf. Lucky to have Fort Camp fall right on top of that. That was an opportunity there for that Independence defense, and now you got a 3rd down and 5 deep in Wickliffe's own territory. Get this ball back with 1:30 to go. Plenty of time with 1 timeout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bala take this snap. He will hand it off to Bolin, who gets stuffed in the backfield, and a great job up front by that Independence Blue Devil defense. And David Dorko looked like he got in on that tackle. Miklovic, as well as Ashton Lurs. So a host of Independence Blue Devils in on that tackle. And it is 4th down and 8, a loss of 3 on that play. Clock continuing to tick as we tick under the minute to go mark. Wickliffe leading 41-0 in this opening half.
Independence has been doing a great stand on this drive here for them. So you definitely have to, you know, caps off to them, you know, for not, you know, giving up, you know, even being down as much as they are.
So Bolin will punt this one away for Wickliffe, and that goes out of the end zone for a safety. And Independence gets themselves on the board. Pressure up front. Looks like they were trying to come in and get the block on that. And that snap goes over Bolin's head out of the back of the end zone. So they get their first points of the game, and they will get the football with 39 seconds left, trailing 41-2, trying to add to that scoreboard.
It's not the most conventional way of getting points, but it is points, and you are on the scoreboard. So, you know, try and take this momentum and try and make another real long completion there for you if you're Tomer, and, you know, see what you can do with this 39 seconds and 1 timeout.
And you wonder what kind of energy that's going to build into this Independence defense as well, going into halftime to get not only a stop, but to get points off of that stop. And now you're going to get the ball, and you have your speedsters, Zygmunt and Corrigan, as well as Luke Pascarella, out here for this drop kick that'll come from the Wickliffe, looks like the 25-yard line is where they will kick this one away from. And Zygmunt will be back deep at his own 32-yard line. And Corrigan Pascarella just about 5 yards in front of him.
Yeah, and you got to think, I mean, you're going to have great field position with, you know, still, you know, around probably 30 seconds left after the kick's all done. And, you know, see what you can get with that.
And they did hit that big play from Tomer to Zygmunt, so they can get down. They're not able to get a big return on this. They can get down the field in a hurry, and they have shown that late in this second quarter. So Bolin into it with his left foot, end over end, drives Zygmunt back to his 25. He will get across the 35-40 and gets across midfield, trying to follow his blocks, breaks a few tackles across the Wickliffe 40 and out of bounds. So they do have great field position. 28 seconds to go, 1 timeout, plenty of time for Independence to get down the field. And so some life brewing on the Independence sideline, and that's what you want to see, especially getting into halftime and get that offense kick-started.
Yeah, absolutely, and you definitely just need one big play right here. One big play, get yourself back into this, and then, you know, hopefully you're able to get in the end zone as well to get that extra score before half.
Tomer comes out in that traditional shotgun formation that Independence has been running, and 2 wide receivers on either side of him. And he will get a quick hitter to Mitcherson, who'll try to make a man miss, and he gets dragged out of bounds. The referee will run this clock across the 35. And
yeah, it looks like there's some confusion. I thought he was out of bounds.
He was out of bounds, and they kept running it, and he was dragged forward. So that should be a stop of the clock. So now with only 4 seconds, they're going to try to get one play off here, and Independence should have had another play in this half, and that is a very interesting call to finish out the half as Independence was starting to gain some momentum, and you could hear the frustration here from the Independence fans. We saw the wide receiver go out of bounds, and going forward, usually we'll stop the clock under that 4 minutes to go mark in the quarter. But we do go to halftime. Wickliffe leading 42-2 up on the scoreboard. And Paulus and I will take a break here at halftime. You will get to enjoy the Independence Blue Devil marching band here to entertain the crowd. And we'll be back for all the second half action here along the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery CVC TV Game of the Week. Wickliffe leading 42-2 over Independence. We'll be back for all your second half action.
Coming back down here for the head. Yeah. That first play after they kick off.
This evening, the Independence High School Marching Band brings you a collection of 4 songs specifically chosen for Under the Friday Night Lights. With the pandemic present in our world today, you may notice that the IHS Marching Band looks a little different this season than in years past. Each band member is set farther apart than normal. Instruments are specifically chosen for certain placements on the field. Belt covers have been added for some instruments. Our drill writing eliminates pass-throughs and close contact maneuvers, plus many more procedures that cannot be seen on the field this evening. Our first show of the season begins with a classic 80s song for the band AHA, before moving ahead to 1999, which Smash Mouth's top 40 hit, All Star. bring us up to 2019 with the Weekend's Blinding Lights, followed by a return to the early 1980s with Elton John's I'm Still Standing.
Yeah, three's a quarterback. Three.
High School Marching Band hopes you enjoyed our show this evening, and we thank you for your support for our marching musicians. Let's hear it for the Blue Devil Marching Band. The Blue Devil Marching Band under the direction of Dr. Matt Shaw.
Thank you so much.
That's always nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year our season depends on the cooperation and support from everyone to follow the safety guidelines set by the Ohio Department of Health, the Governor's Office, and our high school, and the Ohio High School Athletic Association. As we have seen, the opportunity to play sports can be taken away by the spread of COVID-19. We ask that everyone in attendance wear a facial covering, use proper hygiene,
where
and keep yourself and your family 6
visiting
feet
Blue
apart
Devils from
other
Wickliffe
families.
lead the home Blue Devils from Independence 41-2 at halftime. As there was a little bit of confusion there towards the end of the half there, as the scoreboard had kind of put up an extra point on Wickliffe's side of things, but it is 41-2 as they have scored touchdowns on 6 of their 7 possessions there in the first half. Chase Fort Camp, the running back and Division I recruit for Wickliffe, has 3 touchdowns, a 2-yard, 1-yard, and 3-yard touchdown on the night. Mason Ballard, their quarterback, has been getting the offense jump-started for Wickliffe all night long and has a 13-yard score as well. Jacob Lewis ran one in towards the end of the half, and Balla also has his first touchdown pass of the year, connecting 6 yards to Daniel Byrne in the end zone there for Wickliffe. Independence able to get a safety as the punt snap for Wickliffe went over Isaiah Boland's head and went out of the back of the end zone. So that's where we stand here. Kevin Arnold alongside me, Nick Paulus. And Paulus, that first half there, we knew coming in, we had 2 offenses that could really, really light it up on the scoreboard. Right now, Wickliffe is in total control, and they've also forced 3 turnovers defensively. They are playing sound football on all sides, and you got a small roster for Wickliffe, but also Independence. A lot of guys playing both ways and guys making plays both ways for both schools here.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're going to have a ton of players like this. I mean, with smaller rosters, Division 4 or less, really, you're going to see a lot of guys going back and forth. So I mean, these guys are exhausted out there. Obviously, everyone's playing their hardest out there. Wickliffe is just capitalizing on everything that everything that's happening for them. If Independence, I mean, they've had 3 turnovers so far. That's what I personally believe that's what's shooting them in the foot, and then that's how they lost all the momentum there in that first half. I truly do believe that if you are Independence, you need one great drive to get your mojo back, and then I know it's a running clock, so it's going to be tough to put up the other 39 points you need in order to get back into this game. But, I mean, you can do your very best to get out there and just get that opening score on this drive.
Key for Independence here. Now, they will get the ball to start this second half, trying to get that score deficit under 30, because then once you do get under 30-point deficit, the clock process does go back to normal. So for right now, we will be under a running clock here in the second half. Independence will be looking to get their offense going here as they will get the first possession of the second half. And again, thank you and welcome to everyone who is tuning in live or on replay here for the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery CVC TV Game of the Week. And Wickliffe getting set to tee it off. Isaiah Boland, their place kicker, running back, will pooch this one down to an up man, Adam Miklovic, who's been playing well defensively for Independence, and that ball comes out. And Wickliffe will jump on top of that fumble, and looking to punch that football out looks like Jack Bunn. Again, that senior linebacker playing on special teams as well, plays on their offensive line for Wickliffe, 6'5", 230. And punching that football out, Wickliffe will get the football right back on their own kickoff.
Jack Bunn, that was a hellacious hit right there. I mean, that was an unbelievable tackle and hit, and just able to get that fumble recovery there for him. Once again, this is the turnovers that are just shooting Independence right in the foot right now. It's so unfortunate because this is such a great team coming into the night 4-0.
And Wickliffe out of Division 6, Region 21, Independence in Division 7, Region 25. 2 teams that are, everybody does make the playoffs this year, but 2 teams that are looking to make some deep runs. This time the handoff will go to Donnell Jackson, who gets across the Independence 30-yard line inside the 30, and they'll be marked down just right at the 30-yard line, it looks like, is where they will mark this football as the referee comes across with that orange beanbag for those just tuning in for the first time or just tuning into a high school game for the first time this year in Ohio. High school football, the referees will throw down a beanbag. The center will bring the ball out and spot it where that beanbag is placed. This time, Bolin will make a cut, and that ball is fumbled away. And Independence will get their first turnover of the game. Second fumble for Wickliffe. First one that they have lost on this game. A flag comes out late in the midst of that pile, but Independence losing the ball on the kickoff, but Wickliffe not able to do any damage, and Independence will be able to get that offense out there. A minute 15 into this third quarter.
And that's, once again, momentum. Momentum is exactly what you need right now if you're Independence. That was a great turnover for them, so let's see if they can capitalize. Once again, Toomer is just going to have to go out there and just, give it his all and try and get another long completion to set up their offense as best as possible.
As Independence gets called for a penalty there. Not able to see what the call was on that. Looked like maybe some extra pushing and shoving. Yeah, it looks like deeper down the field that time. Not able to connect, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 from Independence's own 44-yard line.
And Tomer has the right idea. I mean, you got to push this down the field as much as possible, as fast as possible. So he's looking right in between the slots and everything like that. And it looks like he has a couple of these guys wide open. He just needs to take his time.
And is trying to push this ball down the field as Mitcherson will get this catch across midfield, across the 40, breaking a couple tackles and gets down inside Wickliffe territory at their 40-yard line. Good catch and run there by Mitcherson on the bubble screen. And it's a gain of 16 on that play. And they're just chewing up some yards here in this third quarter.
Yeah, Jack Bunn with a great tackle as well.
Tomer back deep. Now we'll run it. Doesn't see anything downfield. Estevez will come in and make that tackle, and followed up by several Wickliffe Blue Devils. Jack Bunn, Mikey Moon, and Thomas Wenz look like they come in to assist Estevez on that tackle.
And Estevez, I mean, shot out of a cannon right there. I mean, he was behind the line of scrimmage within like half a second.
As we said in the first half, Estevez came in with 19 tackles for a loss, and also came in with several sacks on the season. Came in with.
If he's come in with 19 tackles for loss,
yeah.
you
got
can definitely know.
Yeah, on the field there.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like he's a phenomenal kid, getting out of his stance, which is the hardest thing to do for a defensive lineman is to try and get that first step on your offensive counterpart. And I mean, he is very quick jumping off the bat.
So Independence trying to drive this ball down the field, and correction there, Estevez came in with 6 sacks on the season
in 4 games. That's great.
As part of those 19 tackles for loss. So 3rd down and 8, and clock ticking here. A good run there for Independence across the Wickliffe 35 down to the 33. So we'll bring up a 4th down and short. And this clock still ticking. In the first quarter of this game, when we saw that clock kind of slowly ticking down, we are already at the 4:25 to go mark in the third quarter.
Yeah, Nick Melbar with a run right up the middle. It was a great run to get roughly around 7.
And a throw up over the top, out of the reach of Miklovic, just too tall. And Tomer kind of holding his hand or his wrist there as he comes off the field. So another turnover on downs. That's 3 or 4 times now. And of course, Independence does have to go for it there. Already 3 or 4 times in this ballgame, they have turned it over on downs, plus those 3 turnovers, the 2 fumbles and the 1 interception in the first half.
And if you're Independence right now, on defense, all you're looking for is you're looking to try and get that 1 punch out. You're trying to get that 1 turnover. They're going to try and run the rock, and that's the biggest thing. Just expect the run and try and knock it out as best as possible.
And good to see here on the Independent sideline, Rory Corrigan, their running back that went down on that last possession, getting some sprints in to get himself trying to get himself ready to go back in the ball game. Bala at quarterback for Wickliffe will hand off to Fort Camp, gets bottled up after a gain of only 2 out to their own 35-yard line. Bring up a 2nd down and 8. 3:30 to go here. Wickliffe leading 41-2 in what started out as a battle of the unbeatens in the Chagrin Valley Conference Metro Division. And both teams coming in, outscoring opponents, playing strong defense. Wickliffe has kind of established that dominance here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Chase Wickliffe, or I'm sorry, Chase Fortcamp and Mason Balla. I mean, they've just been unstoppable.
And Balla will take the run there. I guess you could call him Chase Wickliffe, though, because he's been doing a lot to the.
Mr. Wickliffe, yeah.
There's someone else that sometimes they call Mr. Wickliffe or Mr. Blue Devil. That'll be a story for later on in the ball game if we need it. Okay. Balla able to gain only a couple yards there, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5 on that play. And Independence showing blitz. Balla will change the play at the line, looking to roll out to his left and try to complete, and he will get a connection out there. And that'll be a 1st down out at the 45-yard line of Wickliffe, and those chains will move, and clock will continue to tick. Looking like able to connect there. Drew Stanzak able to connect and catch that pass from Balla. So Wickliffe kind of finding a little bit of a passing rhythm. They came in only attempting 8 passes on the season. We've already seen 4 or 5 here tonight, and some key
big plays. Yeah,
big completions to kind of get that part of their offense going here tonight as well. And Balla will hand off to Fortcamp up the middle, out to midfield. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Already had a minute 40 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 5 for Wickliffe.
Yeah, and if you're Independence right now, once again, you expect the run, all the way through. That pass before on 3rd down and 5, very unexpected. You definitely thought that they were going to try and run the rock on that too.
So snap comes from midfield to Balla. He'll call his own number around the left side. He's inside the 40, 30, 20, 10, and trying to beat one-man Zygmunt, able to just get him down inside the 5-yard line at the 2. Another big run by Wickliffe, but there is a penalty flag on the field. And this one may be coming back. It is coming back as it is a hold on Wickliffe. And that will be marched back 10 yards. Be interesting to see if they go from spot of the foul or from the original line of scrimmage. So either be a 2nd down and 15 or a 2nd down and 10 to go on this play.
I know that play doesn't count. But if I was the coaching staff, I'm replaying that play every single time, because the kids on Independence, they could have just let them run it. They could have. They had all the opportunity to just let them run in. They played it all out, all out there, all out defense right there. They ran down the field. They tackled him right before he got to the goal line. They gave everything that they had on that play. That's the type of defense. That's the type of spirit that you want to show your ball club after after this game.
And the clock is going to tick down to the end of the 3rd quarter. As no points scored in that 3rd quarter, Wickliffe will remain on top 41-2. As we do hit the 3rd quarter break, we want to thank our title sponsor for CVC TV, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery, with Drs. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. Of course, they specialize in dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. That is www.ohsurgery.com. We thank them for all their support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. We also want to thank our other sponsor here on CVC TV as well, because with this clock ticking, we want to make sure we get all of our thank yous in a proper manner here tonight. We want to thank Vape Educate. Of course, is an online course designed to be completed by middle school and high school students. However, it can also be beneficial to anyone interested in learning more about e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. Of course, the schools these days are using Vape Educate as an educational program for teachers, parents, and other community members. Visit vapeeducate.com to learn more. That's vapeeducate.com to learn more. And if you're interested in sponsoring CVC TV, head on over to chagrinvalleyconference.com for all the details. And again, that is chagrinvalleyconference.com. So coming out of this 3rd quarter break, Wickliffe will be set up with a 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Clock will start to run. They're leading 41-2. Kevin Arnold and Nick Paulus here inside Stan Skozen Stadium for this CVC Metro Division battle. And it's been all Wickliffe here tonight as Bala will take this handoff again. A flag will come in right around the line of scrimmage. So a couple plays here and a couple flags coming in. Looks like another hold on Wickliffe, and that will be marched back another 10 yards. So kind of going backwards on this play. Of course, they like to see that clock ticking down, but not the mistakes that are being made.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where whenever they view the game after this, obviously, they're going to love all the scoring, all the big runs that they've had. But if you're going to take anything away, you want to play a complete game, because the only way that you're going to become a state champion is by playing all 46 minutes.
And so we'll bring up a 2nd down and 20 from their own 35-yard line. I want to go back to that play right before the end of that third quarter there. Credit to Kyle Zygmunt on that play and the energy and the effort on that play by Independence as a whole. But Zygmunt plays on that left-hand side. He came all the way across to make that tackle on the right-hand side. This time, Bala will get sacked in the backfield. First time Independence able to come through for a sack in the ball game. And Nathan Coudray coming up from his nose tackle position to knock him down. And looks like a loss of 7 on the play. So 3rd down and 27 for Wickliffe, and a great job there by Coudray to keep Bala inside that pocket, because he's been able to escape all game long.
Yeah, no, he's done a phenomenal job, in the pocket and, scrambling out of there. But Coudray, kudos to Coudray.
And Bala will take this snap, and they're going to hand it off delayed to Fortcamp, who's getting across midfield, and he's down the right-hand sideline into Independence territory, gets knocked out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line, and side judge will mark him at the 13-yard line of Independence. So a 3rd down and 27 turns into a 1st down and 10 inside the red zone for Wickliffe.
Yeah, and Fort Camp, I love how we have all these stats here. I would love to know what his 40 time is, because that was, out of a gun. He was quick on that one.
And it was just a subtle little delay there. Bala looked like he was just going to kind of run his own QB draw just to try to get some yardage back for Wickliffe on some of those penalty yardage. Gives one delayed handoff to Fortcamp, and he's off to the races too. So this snap, 1st down and 10, handoff to Fortcamp. Another flag will come in. So a lot of flags being thrown in this 4th quarter. Didn't have too many for the better portion of this game. 4th quarter, we've seen the laundry flying the whole time. And again, it is the 3rd hold on the drive for Wickliffe. So again, a good opening or 1st down play there for Wickliffe will be marched back.
Yeah, and once again, just shooting themselves in the foot after, a great play to get them down, down to the red zone. Now they're knocked out of the red zone there for them, and it looks like Bala is coming back in for them.
So 1st down and 20 now, 8:20 to go in this game. Wickliffe leading 41-2 over Independence. And Bala will be flanked by Fortcamp on his hip. And Bala is got the ball in his own hands now. Another flag looks like it flies in as Bala was able to run that one down close to the 10-yard line. Almost a gain of about 13 yards on 1st and 20, but it's going back.
Yeah, after primarily 3 quarters of really no holding or anything like that. This 4th quarter, we've played probably 10 plays in this quarter, and 5 of them have been holds.
So it'll be a 1st and 30 for Wickliffe coming up on this play. So they'll get to replay 1st down again. And Coach Porcello on the other sideline, while they are up in this game, both teams are preaching to their players to finish strong. You see Independence continuing to fight, making those plays like they did on Bala. Coach Porcello is probably wanting his guys to focus and finish this game and not make the mental errors as they are on this drive. So Bala will again call his own number around the right-hand side this time, around the 25, down close to the 20-yard line where he gets knocked out of bounds. Clock will continue to tick. And looking to see, they mark it right at the 20-yard line there. So bring up a 2nd down and about 20 still to go for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and if you are if you're a Wickliffe fan, I mean, you are just, counting down the clock right now, and that's. But if you're on Independence side, you just want to see your guys give everything that they have these last 6.5 minutes.
So 2nd down and 17, and Fort Camp will run this one up the middle, and get right back to where this possession kind of started. The original line of scrimmage after 2 or 3 holds there, just after that other great run by Fort Camp earlier on this drive. So 3rd down and 10, 6 minutes to go, 4th quarter. And Wickliffe just using all of the time they can on that play clock and the game clock to just let this tick down under this running clock rules that we have found ourselves in this entire second half. Balla will take this snap, fake the handoff to Fort Camp, rolling out to his left-hand side. Has a connection with a man down near the 10-yard line, connecting with Donnell Jackson coming across the field there. And only a gain of 3, so it'll bring up a 4th down and 7. And you wonder what Coach Purcell will decide. Bell looks like he's going to come back in and run a play here on 4th down, trying to get everybody up to the line quickly. Maybe try to draw Independence off sides on this play. Tries the hard count. We'll look back at the sideline. And be interested to see if Wickliffe runs a play on this 4th down.
Yeah, I really don't think that they are. I think that they're going to take their time, let it go down. Yep, there it is, and they'll take their timeout.
And the first timeout called of this half. And Wickliffe will call their first timeout, have 2 remaining here in the 4th quarter and for the game. 5:06 to go. Wickliffe still leading 41-2.
Would like to thank the following business for
and
purchasing the t-shirts that the girls throw out
this
tonight.
game, what we thought was going to be kind of up and down this turf all game long, it's kind of been, Wickliffe came out to make a statement on the road, and they have done just that.
They absolutely have. I mean, Wickliffe has, let's be honest, they've dominated all night long, especially on the offensive side. Turnovers and just mistakes by Independence really shot themselves in the foot. But it's only one game. And if you're Independence, you got to look past this game. I associate this to the Browns-Ravens game. I mean, at this point in time, you just throw out the video. I mean, there's not much that you're going to be able to learn from this one. So just continue to play your hardest, come out and beat your very next opponent.
Yeah, it's that game-to-game mentality, and I think I think there is a subtle advantage to knowing that you're making the playoffs, but you want to be playing your best football going into the playoffs because you want to make that deeper run. You want to still get past Week 10, even though you'll play in Week 7. And Wickliffe does run a play on 4th down, and again, that Independence defense and this team is going to keep playing. And I think that's the most important thing here that you're going to take out of this game is the way that these coaches have these young student athletes motivated, and that's going to be so crucial because if you get into a close game in the playoffs, you already have the habits together to continue to fight, to continue to play, take it one play at a time, and those are the characteristics and the habits that coaches want to develop heading into the playoffs.
Absolutely, 100% with you. There is no quit on this team, and that's what you got to love. I mean, even though you're down, you're down a ton of points right now, that, facts are facts. It's unfortunate, but you are playing you're playing your heart out every single possession out there. And if you're a coach, that's all you can ask for out of your team.
So Independence will come out. Ball will be spotted at their own 10-yard line. 1st down and 10. 4:45 to go in the game. This handoff will go to, looks like Corrigan was in the backfield on that one. And a short gain on 1st down. And so they'll try to put a drive together here, try to work on some things as well within their offensive system on this drive.
I was going to say, if you want to try and test out something right now, this is the perfect time to do it. I mean, go for broke. Let's see what you got. In some of these, younger players out there, give everything that they have. Get a little bit of time for some of your younger guys out there as well to, try and develop, them as much as possible.
And we know both teams are really senior laden. There's few young guys, the small rosters. Melbar will get this handoff, break a tackle in the backfield across the 10 out to the 14-yard line. So it was a 2nd down and 10 play, so they gave him no gain on the first play, but Melbar able to gain 4, 3rd down and 6. And but both of these teams, senior laden, small rosters, so you still got a bunch of starters playing on both sides because there's not much to go to bring some of the young guys in. You see some of them, there's just not enough positions available to bring those young guys in.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to get everyone in there. Yeah, I shouldn't have put it that way. But yeah, I mean, they're going to try and get as many people out there as possible, and try and get these varsity looks out there.
Tomer able to connect out here. Nice out route there by.
It was a great catch.
Yeah, Luke Pascarella diving grab, able to keep those feet in bounds and keep this possession alive for Independence. But it will bring up a 4th down and 3. Gain of 3 on that play, so taking a lot of time to try to get these 10 yards in just one set of downs.
Yeah, and once again, if you're Tomer, you're going to give everything out there. If there's a free lane to run through, you only need 3 yards. You need 9 feet. So if you're able to make that play. Just get this 1st down and then worry about it after that.
CDC champs, way to go, golf team.
And as we hear over the loudspeaker there, congratulations indeed to the Independence High School boys and girls golf teams as they won a conference championship earlier. And so congrats out to all of those student athletes doing a great job out there on the golf course. So with this timeout, a great time to thank once again, one final time, our presenting sponsor of CVC TV. The Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery is this year's title sponsor. Their practice diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Of course, visit their website, www.ohsurgery.com. That is www.ohsurgery.com. We want to thank them so much for helping get this CVC TV going this year, to get these live streams going for you. And, of course, behind the scenes, we cannot do what we do here for you here tonight, bringing this game to you, without our production team, Peter Tellep, Jim Wagner, and Mike Allen. Thank you so much for all the production work out there, putting the grunt work in. Paulus and I are just here to put our beautiful voices out there.
I was going to say, we're just here to sound good.
That's probably too much out there. So,
and we struggle to do that sometimes.
Yes, we do. Like we say, words are hard, but oh so fun.
A fake punt.
Fake punt for Independence, trying to get out across the 20-yard line, and they will get a 1st down. So, well executed fake punt there. Ashton Lurs was back there on punt duties for Independence and able to gain enough yards, move those chains, so they'll keep their offense out on the field as we tick under the 2-minute-to-go mark.
And once again, if you're Independence, you're trying everything out there right now. You want to see what sticks. And great punt fake there for him. So the clock might be ticking, but try and get a couple of these plays down pat and see what you can get out of it.
So 30 seconds, almost 30 seconds come off the clock there before Independence is ready for the snap. They will hand off to Melbar, who gets met in the hole, but able to bounce off a tackler, get a couple extra yards there. Gain of 3 on the play, bring up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Melbar, he just running straight up the middle. Great contact by the Wickliffe defense there for him. But, gain of 3 yards, but it's a tough 3 yards. And that's the type of runs that is going to matter, deep down the road.
So with a minute to go, Independence just kind of working through some of their formations out there on the field. I see some of the excitement starting to build on that Wickliffe sideline. About to go to 5-0 on the season and take control of the CVC Metro Division on this shortened season. And another good run there by Melbar. Gain of 5 brings up a 3rd and 1. So they marked him just shy of that 1st down marker. Needs to get out to the 31-yard line. Made it just out to the 30. He's trying to reach that ball out there, but not able to get that 1st down. So 20 seconds remain. One final play here for Independence. And again, they will be able to get that first down. Melbar doing all of the work on that play. Chains move, but we are under 10 seconds as the clock continues to run. And we have hit triple zeros here at Stan Skozen Stadium, where the visiting Wickliffe Blue Devils take control and never look back, and they win 41-2 to go to 5-0 on the season, and sitting in a prime position here in the CVC Metro Division and in Division 5 or Division 6, Region 21. And while there is no computer points to rank these teams in their divisions, everyone makes the playoffs, trying to get a good position and a home game for Wickliffe for the first time in a long time there for Wickliffe. And of course for Independence, like you said, Paulus, kind of throwing out the tape, taking some of those good things, taking the effort and the continuing to play through 0-0 on the clock in the fourth quarter, taking that effort and those habits with them moving forward. And we'll keep it right here just to kind of wrap things up for everyone out there. Paulus, your thoughts kind of as this game kind of transpired there. Wickliffe just took control, scored on 6 of their first 7 possessions, and like we said, never looked back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was no doubt. I mean, Wickliffe, just went right up and down the field on a lot of those drives there for them. I mean, you're looking at Bala. I mean, you're looking at Fort Camp. I mean, they did a phenomenal job tonight. If you are Independence, I mean, yeah, does this game hurt the ego a little bit? Absolutely. But you are still 4-1. You have every opportunity to get another game or two under your belt before you hit the playoffs. So just keep on striving. Once again, throw out this video if you're Independence, and look forward to the next opponent there for you. Wickliffe, great game, great rushing attack. I mean, you just couldn't be stopped.
And it's that 1-2 punch of Bala and Fort Camp that just keep coming at you, and they. Again, we said it so many times on the broadcast tonight. To see an offense be able to run an old school style offense in the wing tee and focus only on the run when so many teams are running. It's up tempo, but they're running these spread offenses, getting the ball out to their playmakers' hands in open space. These guys are doing it from behind center, and they're still able to get quick possessions, 4 to 5 plays, and they're back in that end zone one after the other. So moving forward for both of these teams, what is the big key for Wickliffe and Independence to kind of work on and get into those goals, those aspirations they have into the playoffs?
For Wickliffe, I mean, now you're 5-0. I mean, full control of this game. Fort Camp, Bala, I mean, you have so many options on that offense. I mean, you really do. I mean, Jackson played phenomenal today as well. So, for the rushing attack, I think you're okay there. If I'm the Wickliffe coaching staff, I mean, Bala really showed some promise with his arm. A lot tonight. I mean, I think he had 5 or 6 attempts, but I believe they were all completed. And I mean, he did a great job out there. So, if you're Wickliffe, maybe open up the playbook a little bit more, for them. You'll be a little bit more of a dynamic team at that point in time. If you're Independence, once again, you play tough. I mean, sure, you gave up 41 points, okay, but they didn't score the second half. They did everything possible to try and turn it around the second half. They just continuously shot themselves in the foot with turnovers and bad penalties at the wrong time.
Yeah, and see out there on the field, Coach Porcello doing some media availability. His team kind of coming up and dousing him with the water there because they know that they are in firm control of the CVC, and it's been a long time for the Wickliffe to win a CVC title at that school. And of course, the big key that I see out here right now, Independence, and in their post-game huddle, the focus, the attention on what the coaches are saying, because they know that, yes, this one hurts, but you wake up tomorrow and it is just one game, and you have more lofty goals in front of you and a lot to play for, and we are already heading in to week 6. And that's the final week of the season.
Unreal.
It's unreal to think and how quickly this season is gone. It is so good to see that high school football was able to happen this year, and there's a lot more to come here on CVC TV. So For my broadcast partner, Nick Paulus, our production crew, Peter Tellup, Jim Wagner, and Mike Allen, I am Kevin Arnold signing off for tonight, where our final score here in Independence, Ohio, Wickliffe 41, Independence 2 on the CVC TV Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery Game of the Week. And hopefully everyone out there has a wonderful evening. We will be back next week for more CVC action. Until then, have a great night, everybody, and be safe wherever you are, and we'll see you all next week.